Hi everyone, in this video I am going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended in a session October-November 2023 Paper 4-3. So let's start with the first question. Question number 1, the table shows the amount received when exchanging $100 in some countries. So the amount is $100. Countries are Wales, India, China, Spain. Amount received for $100 means $100 equals to 77.05 pounds and so on. Part A, Brett changes $350 to Indian rupees. Calculate the amount he receives correct to the nearest rupee. Okay. $250 to Indian rupees. So for India, the Indian rupees we have given that $100 is equals to 7,437.05 Indian rupees. All right, now we have to find what is $1 equals to. $1 is 7,437.05 divided by 100 Indian rupees. Let me calculate this. 7437.05 divides 100. That is 74.3705 Indian rupees. $1. Now we have to calculate for $250. What about $250? $250 in terms of the Indian rupees times both sides by 250. So 250 multiply 74.3705. This much Indian rupees times 250, which is 18,593 we can say, because we have to find the answer correct to the nearest rupee. So we have to round this 2 with this 6, because this is 6 is more than 5, so we add 1 and 2 to make 3. So this is 18,592.6 Indian rupees. All right. Now moving to part B, WEC changes 5,400 Chinese yuan into dollars. Calculate how much he receives in dollars correct to the nearest cent. All right. So Chinese yuan, China, $100 equivalent to 671.20 yuan. So this conversion again we have given that 671.20 yuan, this would be equals to $100. We have to find the answer for 5,400 Chinese yuan. So first find for 1 yuan. What is 1 yuan in terms of dollars? So 100 dividing both sides by 671.20. 100 divide 671.20, 0.1489. 0.1489. All right, so now let me find 5,400 yuans. This would be equals to 5,400 multiplied by 0.1489. So this answer is multiplying with 5,400. So this is 804.53 dollars, correct to the nearest cent, up to 2 decimal place. Now for part C, Gretel lives in Spain and goes on holiday to Wales. Spain to Wales. All right, so Spain's we have euros and Wales we have pounds. All right, so Spain and Wales. She spent 3,500 euros in total on travel and hotel in the ratio. Travel ratio hotel is 4:3. So the total she spent 3,500 euros on travel and on hotel. All right, number 1, work out how much Retail spends in euro on travel. We have to calculate for the travel. All right, to calculate for travel, travel is 4 out of the total is 4 plus 3 and multiply by how much she spend on the total spending is 3,500. So 4 plus 3, which is 7, 4 out of 7 times 3,500, that is 2,000 euros. So she spent 2,000 euros on travel. On travel it is 2,000, and on hotel it is 1,500, obviously, to make 3,500. Now for the second part, work out how much she spent in pounds on hotel. Okay, for hotels in pounds we have to calculate. All right, so we have given that she spent 3,500 euros in total on travel and on hotel. So means travel plus hotel, this is equals to 3,500. So on travel she spent 2,000, so obviously 1,500 on hotel, and the sum is 3,500. All right, so this would be in euros. It means 1,500 euros on hotel, she spent 1,500 euros. We have to convert this into pounds, how much she spent in pounds. All right, so we have two conversions. As you can see, the euros and pounds both are first in dollars. So first we have to convert the euros into dollars, 1,500 euros into dollars by using this conversion. All right, and then converting it into pounds. All right, use the conversion of Spain, which is $100 is equals to 85.35 euros. Okay, now we have to find what is 1,500 euros. 1,500 euros in terms of dollar is, we have 1,500 multiplying by 1,500 multiply by 100 and dividing by 85.35. All right, we are doing the same technique. So first we have to find what is 1 euro. So 1 euro equals to 100 out of this, and multiplying both sides by 1,500. 1,500 multiplied by 100 divided by 85.35, and that is equals to this much dollars. 1757.5 equals to 1,500 euros. So we have converted 1,500 euros into dollars. Now we have convert dollars into pounds. Now use the second conversion, which have in terms of pounds. We know that $100 is equals to 77.05 pounds. What is this much dollars? So we have $1,757.5. This would be equals to 1,757.5 and dividing by 100 and times by 77.05 pounds. Again, I did $1. So this is this term dividing by 100 and multiplying both sides by 1,757. Times it by 77.05 and then dividing by 100. So this is 1,354 pounds. Correct, to the nearest pounds we have to calculate. All right. Now for the third part, Gretel flies back to Spain. The plane flies a distance of 2,200 kilometer, correct to the nearest 100 kilometer. The average speed of the plane is 740 kilometer per hour, correct to the nearest 20 kilometer per hour. Calculate the lower bound of the time taken in hours and minutes for this flight. So we have given distance and the average speed. So we have the formula that speed equals to distance over time. So to find out the time, we have distance over speed. Time is over here, speed is over here. So distance we have given, which is this much kilometer, and the speed we have given, this is this much kilometer per hour, but we have to find the lower bound. All right, so in quotient, whenever we have to find the lower bound, time lower bound This would be equals to distance lower bound and the speed upper bound. So for the lower bound, for upper bounds and lower bounds, what we have to do, this is we have given 100. So we have to do 100 dividing by 2. Means we have to add or subtract 50. This is 20. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. We have to add and subtract 10 to get the upper and lower bound for speed and for the distance. Whatever quantity you have given over here, you have to divide it by 2 every time. Alright, so let me find out for the distance. Now the distance lower bound we have to calculate. The distance we have given is 2200 kilometer. For lower bound we have to subtract 100 by 2, which is equals to 50. So that is equals to 2150. And the next is the speed. So the speed upper bound we have to add. So the speed is 740. So we have to add 20 by 2, which is 10. So adding 10, this is equals to 750. So let me substitute the values. So this is 2150 kilometer and this would be equals to 750 kilometer per hour. So kilometer is cancelled with kilometer. We have answered in terms of hours. So this is 2150 divided 750 is this much hours. 2.867 hours. We have to convert it into hours and minutes. So this is 2 hours and 52 minutes. Question number 2. The table shows the number of each type of bird seen in a garden on Monday. Type of bird, frequency and pie chart sector angle. Number A. Find the percentage of the birds that are starling. Starling are 11. 11 birds are starling out of the total birds and multiply by 100 to get the percentage. So how many birds are starling? Starling birds are 11. Out of the total number of birds are 8 plus 6 plus 11 plus 5 and multiply by 100 to get the percentage. So this is 8 plus 6 plus 11 plus 5, which is 30. So 11 out of 30 and times by 100, which is 36.7%. All right. Now for part B, number 1 in the table, complete the column for the pie chart sector angle. All right, so this angle table we have to complete it. All right, so for the first one we have given the frequency. Goldfinch frequency is 8 and the pie chart sector angle is 96. So let me compare that one. So when the frequency goldfinch, when the frequency is 8, the sector angle is 96 degree. When the frequency is 1, sector angle is 96 degree out of 8. 96 over 8, which is 12 degrees for 1. Okay, now let me simplify for the rest of the birds as well. So for J, what is the frequency? The frequency is 6. So if 1 is 12, what is 6? 6 would be 6 times of 12, which is 72 degrees. So that is equals to 72 degrees. All right. Now let me solve for starling. Starling frequency is 11. If 1 is 12, what is 11? 11 would be 11 times of 12. 11 times 12 is 132 degrees. And this is 132. Now the last is robin. Its frequency is 5. Robin, the frequency is 5, which is 5 times of 12, which is 60 degrees. So that is 60 degrees. All right, the column is completed. Now for the second part of B, complete the pie chart to show the information in the table. Goldfinch is already done, which is 96 degrees. The next one is 72 degrees for J. So let me find the angle of 72 degrees. All right, from here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and 72. This is 70 Here it is 72. Let me double check. Yes, that is the angle 72. This is 72 and this is J. The next is starting, which angle is 132. 132. Okay, 100 is this. This is 100. 110, 130, 132 is over here. This is 132. And that is starting. And the last one is Robin. And that angle is 60 degree. You can double check the angle 60. This is 60 degree, exactly the same. Now for part C, on Tuesday, the number of goldfinches seen in the garden increased by 262.5%. They are increased. Calculate the number of goldfinches seen on Tuesday. So the number of goldfinches seen on Monday are 8. Right? So first we have to find what is 8 of 262.5%. Which is 262.5% times by 8, which are 21. Okay, so the number of goldfinches seen on Tuesday are, on Monday they are 8, and it is increased this much percent on Tuesday. So add how much is the increase? 21 birds are increased. So plus 8, 29 birds are seen on Tuesday. Now for part D, one of the most common birds in the world is the red-billed koala, which lives in sub-Saharan Africa. There are approximately 1,500 million of these birds in this area. So that is 1,500 times 10 to the power 6. Million is 10 to the power 6. All right. Number 1, write 1,500 million in standard form. All right. 1,500 million in standard form. So we have to move the decimal point 1 unit, 2 unit and 3 units to the left. So this is multiply 10 to the power 3. So 1.5 multiply 10 to the power 3 and 6 add up to 9. When bases are same, you can add the powers. Now for the second part, the land area of sub-Saharan Africa is approximately 21.2 million square kilometers. All right, so that is the land area we have given, this much. 21.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square kilometers. All right, work out the average number of these birds per square kilometers. Average number of these birds per square kilometers. So we have given that in this area, the approximately 1,500 million of these birds live in that area. So the average number of these birds are 1,500 million over, these are the number of birds, 21.2 million square kilometers. So we have the same units, birds over square kilometers. So 10 to the power 6 is cancelled with 10 to the power 6. Just simplify. 1,500 divides 21.2. That is gonna be 70.8 if I rounded. 70.8 birds. Question number 3. Part A. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. A onto B. We have A and this is B. All right. So this is the shape of A and over here B. A to B. This is a rotation. you have, if you pick this shape and then rotate it to get this, all right, a rotation, right, 90-degree, and it is anti-clockwise. We have to find the center of rotation. This is a rotation, 90-degree, anti-clockwise, about the center. Let me find out the center of rotation. So basically there are two ways to find the center of rotation: by the tracing paper, which I have already shown in many of my videos, and there is another way. If you don't have the tracing paper, then you can connect the corresponding coordinates and find out their perpendicular bisector, and when the perpendicular bisector meets, so that would be the center. So if I connect the corresponding chord points, the corresponding, okay, these two are the corresponding edges. All right, now let me find out its perpendicular bisector. So we can find the perpendicular bisector from the midpoint. So this would be 8 point something. So as you can see, 8.5, 8.5, this is 8.6 or 8.7 we can say. So what is the midpoint of 8.6 dividing by 2? This is 4.3 is the midpoint. We have 4, this is 4.1, 4.2, 4.3 is over here. That would be the midpoint. So put the pointer here and find out its perpendicular bisector is over here. All right, so that is the perpendicular bisector. Let me check the next coordinate. Okay, you can connect this with this and find out its perpendicular bisector. 2 are enough. You can check for 3 as well. So let me find out the length. Length is exactly 9. So the midpoint is 4.5. And from the midpoint, find out its perpendicular, which is this. Midpoint to this line we have to connect. This is the perpendicular. So as you can see, the two perpendicular bisectors intersect at the point 2, 7. That is the center of rotation. So the center of rotation is 2, 7. Now for part B, draw the image of triangle A after number 1, a reflection in the line y equals to 1. So let me draw the line y equals to 1 first. Y equals to 1 is the horizontal line, just this, a straight horizontal line. Y equals to 1. Now let me draw the image of triangle A. So as you can see, these two sides have a distance of 2 units from the line, so the new would be these 2 units, and it has a distance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 units. So the new coordinates are -3, -1, -4, -1 and -4, -4. This is the new image of A after reflection and a line y equals to 1. Now for the second part of B, a translation by the vector 5 and -7. So 5 is the horizontal translation and 7 is the vertical translation. Means we have to move 5 units right and 7 units down. So this point, 5 units right, we are moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over here, which is -2 and -4. So this point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, -4. And the next is 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, 1 minus 1. So this is a translation of A. Now the third part of B, an enlargement with a scale factor 2 and the center is minus 4 and 5. So the center is minus 4, 5. Let me label the center. X is minus 4 and the Y is 5. That is the center. Minus 4 and 5. We have to do the enlargement. Alright. So for enlargement, we have to find the distance from each coordinate. So this coordinate has a distance 1 unit down. So this coordinate has 0 horizontal and 1 down. This coordinate has 1 and 2 up. So 0 horizontal and 2 up. And this has 1 left. So minus 1 and this coordinate minus 1 and we have 1 unit left and 2 units up, minus 1 and 2. So what I did in enlargement, first we have to label the center of enlargement, which is negative 4 and 5. So negative 4 and 5 is this center. And then this is the center. Now we have to find the distance of each coordinate. So there is no horizontal translation from this coordinate. There is just 1 unit up. 0 horizontal translation and the vertical translation is 1 unit up. So it is plus 1, not negative 1. And for this point, we have to find from the center, we have to find the distance. So it is 1 and 2 units down. So 0 and minus 2. And from this center, we have to move 1 unit to the right. So plus 1 and 2 units down and minus 2. And then times it from the scale factor, which is 2. We have given times by 2, times by 2 and times by 2. We will get the new coordinates. So this would be equals to 0 and 2. And this is equals to 2 and minus 4, and this would be equals to 0 and minus 4. All right. Okay, so if we move 0 and 2, means 0 is a horizontal translation. From the center we have to move 2 units up, so this would be the point, and that is minus 4 and 7. And 2 minus 4, so means 2 units right and 4 units down. 1 2 3 and 4, so this is minus 2 and 1. And then 0 4, so from this 0, no horizontal, 4 down, 1 2 3 and 4, so this is minus 4 and 1. Let me draw this enlargement. This is enlargement of A. Question number 4, part A. Find the size of one interior angle of a regular 10-sided polygon. So the formula for each interior angle, measure of each interior angle of regular polygon has a formula which is number of sides minus 2 times by 180 degree divided by the number of sides. So the number of sides are 10. 10 minus 2 into 180 degree divided by 10. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 times 180 divided by 10, which is 144 degrees. 144 degree. Now for part B, the points A, B, C, D and E are lying on a circle. A, B, C, D and E. F to G is tangent to the circle at D, and EB is parallel to DC. EB and DC, these are parallel. Find the value of each of W, X, Y and Z. So let me start with the W. So we have W is over here. All right, so as you can see, if I use alternate segment theorem, so the angle between the tangent DF and the chord ED angle between the tangent and the chord is equals to the angle in alternate segment, which is equals to B. So this W is also equals to 20, right? W is also 20 degree. So to get W, I use alternate segment theorem. Let me explain one more time. Alternate segment theorem says that the angle between the chord and the tangent is exactly the same as angle in alternate segment, and that is, this is alternate segment of the chord and the tangent. Now for the next is x. We have to solve for x. All right. So EBD is 20. EAD is also 20. Angles subtended by the same arc. So for x, angles subtended by the same arc are equal. You can see EBD and EAD both are subtended by the arc E and D. So this is also equals to 20 degree. The next one is we have to solve for y. Where is y? Y is over here. All right. So to get the value of y, again I'm using the alternate segment theorem. Then the angle between the chord CD and the tangent DG is 25. That is exactly the same as angle in alternate segment. This is also equals to 25 degrees by alternate segment theorem. All right. And the next thing I'm going to use is, as you can see, EB and DC, these are the two straight line, and we can make a Z over here. So this angle is W, this angle is also W. These are the two alternate angles. This is also 20 degree. So for y, I used two concepts. Number one is alternate segment theorem. And the second concept I used is alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal, because we can make a Z for these two parallel lines. So these two are the alternate angles. All right. Now let me use this triangle A, D and C. Let's use this triangle. Sum of all angles of a triangle add up to 180. So the angle 25, angle 75, angle y plus 20 equals to 180, and solving for y. Consider triangle A, D and C. Sum of all angles should be equals to 180. First angle is 25, angle A, angle C is 75, and angle D is y plus 20. This is 180. Solve for y. So y would be equals to, from 180, what we have to subtract. This is 25, 75 and 20. 120, which is equal to 60 degree. Y 60 degree. The next is we have to solve for the Z. Where is Z? Z is over here. So this is 60, y 60. So to get the value of Z, as we know that EG, this is a straight line, and this whole should be equals to 180. What is that angle? So this angle is 20 plus some angle plus 60 plus 20 plus 25. 180 minus 125, this angle is 55. So for Z, to get Z, what we have to use, the first concept, angles at a straight line. Add up to 180 degree. So we can say angle 20, 60, 20, 25 plus some missing angle. This would be equals to 180. So that missing angle is from 180, take away 125, and this is equals to 55 degrees. We call that angle 55. Now let me use this triangle. D, B and E. We have W, 60, 55 and solving for E easily. Now triangle D, B and E I'm using here. Sum of all angles of a triangle is 180. D, B and E, which is 20, 60, 55 and Z. 60, 55, 20 plus Z equals to 180. Solve for Z. 180 degree minus something. 60 plus 55 plus 20. 135 we have to subtract from 180. Minus 135 is 45 degrees. This is 45. So we can say Z is equals to 45 degrees. Question number 5. Indra records the time taken for workers in her company to travel to work. The table and the histogram each shows a part of this information, the time and the frequency. So the histogram, frequency, density and the time. Part A, complete the table and the histogram. All right. So the histogram, we have the frequency densities are used for histogram. Frequency densities are basically equals to frequency over the class width. Let me solve the class width first. What is the class width? The class width is the difference between 0 and 10 is 10. 10 and 25 is 15. 25 and 40. Let me show you the class width. 10 minus 0 is the class width. 25 minus 10 is the class width. 40 minus 25 is the class width. This is 20. And the next is also 20. And 60 minus 40 is the class width, and 80 minus 60 is the class width, 20. Okay, now frequency densities, which is equals to frequency divided by the class width. So from 0 to 10, the frequency density is 2.8, which is 2.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 2.8, yes. 2.8 is the frequency density for the interval 0 to 10. So when the frequency density is 2.8, what would be the frequency? The class width is 10. Okay. Frequency density equals to multiply by the class width, you will get the frequency, the first frequency, right? Frequency density is 2.8, the class width is 10, and that would be equals to 28. 2.8 times 10. 28. So the first frequency is 28. Now the second one, from 10 to 25, this is equals to 3. The next frequency, we can say F2, this would be equals to frequency density multiplied by the class width. Frequency density from the histogram is 3 and the class width is 15. 3 times of 15. 45. That is 45. Okay, the table is completed. Now let me complete the histogram. Now from 25 to 40, the frequency is 57. So 25 to 40, we have to find the frequency densities. All right. So frequency density, this frequency density is 2.8. This is 3. And frequency over the class width. Frequency and class width. Frequency is 57 and class width is 15, which is 3.8. 57 over 15. This is 3.8. And 38 divides 20. 38 over 20. This is 1.9. Last is 12 over 20. 12 over 20 is 0.6. All right. So 3.8. Let me draw. Complete the histogram. 3.8. Here is 3.8 until 40. And this is the interval 25 to 40. Next is interval is 40 to 60 is 1.9. 40 till 60 is 1.9. This is 1.9, and 60 to 80 is 0.6. 0.6 is one block above 0.5. Alright, so the histogram is completed. Moving to the part B, calculate an estimate of the mean time. So the mean time we have to calculate, which is sum of fx divided by the total. Fx, f is the frequency, x is the midpoint of intervals. Let me make a column f and x and then fx. F and x. All right, f is the frequency, which is 28, 45, 57, 38 and 12. And x is the midpoint of intervals. The intervals are, we have given 0 to 10, 10 to 25. Let me find out the midpoints. 0 plus 10 divided by 2, the midpoint is 5 for the first interval. 10 to 25, 10 plus 25 divided by 2 is 17.5. 25 to 40 divided by 2 is 32.5. And the next one is 40 to 60 is 50 is the midpoint, and 60 to 80, 70 is the midpoint. Now let me do the product of f and x. 5 times of 28 is 140. 45 times 17.5 is 787.5. 57 times 32.5, 1852.5. 38 times 50, 1900. 12 times 70 is 840. Now let me add them up. 140 plus 787.5 plus 1852.5 plus 1900 plus 840. 55,500. 5520. All right, sum of fx is 5520, and the total are the sum of frequencies. Let me find out the sum of frequencies. 28, 45, 57, 38 and 12. 180. This is 180. So 5520 divides 180, that would be the mean. 30.6667, 30.7 we can say minutes. Now for part C, Rashid says the longest time that any of these workers take to travel to work is 80 minutes. Give a reason why Rashid may be wrong. Rashid may be wrong because the exact values are not known. As you can see, the time we have given in terms of intervals: 0 to 10, 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80. So the longest time that any of these workers take to travel to work is 80 minutes. Not exactly 80 minutes are not given. We have given in terms of intervals, that because the exact values are not known to us, that exactly 80 minutes 12 workers travel to work. They takes 12 workers take 80 minutes to travel to work. So we are not given the exact values. So if the exact we have given in terms of intervals, means from 60 minutes to 80 minutes, 12 workers takes 60 to 80 minutes to travel to work. So we are not known the exact values, because exact values are not known to us. I hope this is clear now. Why exact values are not known? If we have given that exactly 80 minutes, 12 worker took exactly 80 minutes, then we can say that he is right. But we don't have given the exactly 80. We have given that from 12 workers take between 60 to 80 minutes, not exactly 80 minutes. Right. Now for part D, Indra picks 3 workers at random. 3 workers are picked out of the total number of workers are 180 because we add up the frequency. Total are 180 at random from those who take longer than 25 minutes to travel to work. Okay, Indra picked 3 workers at random. Total workers are 180, so we are not using this information for 180. She picked 3 workers at random, and from those 180 workers, which 3 workers she took, who take longer than 25 minutes to travel to work, more than 25 minutes. So means she took 57, 38 and 12. 57 plus 38 plus 12. These are the total. The total are 107. All right. Calculate the probability that one worker takes 60 minutes or less than 60 minutes. One worker takes 60 or less than 60. One worker takes 60 minutes exactly or less than 60 minutes, means 57 and 38. The sum of 57 and 38. Sum of 57 and 38. This is for one worker. Okay, 57 plus 38, this is 65. All right. And the other two each take more than 60 minutes. The rest of the two more than 60 minutes. So more than 60 minutes, the frequency we have given is 12. So 12 workers took more than 60 minutes. All right. So now we have 3 workers. We have 3 combinations here. All right. So the first combination, let's say the first worker took 60 minutes or less. So 65 workers took 60 minutes or less out of 107 workers. And the second worker, the other two each take more than 60 minutes. So other two are 12. More than 60 minutes are 12 workers. So 12 out of 106 are left, and then 11 out of 105 are left. This is the first combination for the probability. Right? Plus the second combination is, let's say the first 2 workers takes more than 60 minutes. So 12 out of 107 multiply 11 are left, 106 are left. Multiply, and the third worker takes 60 minutes or less, which are 65 out of 105. Plus the third combination we have, let's say the first one worker takes more than 60 minutes are 12 out of 107. The second worker takes 60 minutes or less, so 65 out of 106 is left. And the third worker again takes exactly 60 minutes, more than 60 minutes, so 11 out of 105. So these are the 3 combinations we have. Let me simplify. 65 divides 107, multiply. 12 divides 106, multiply. 11 divides 105. 286 over 39697. So we have 3 times 286. We have the same answer for this as well. Over 39697 plus 286 over 39697. So times by 3 is this. That is the probability. Wait a second, I messed up. I again did 57 and 38. This is not 65. This is 95. Oh my bad. 95. So these are 95, 95, 95. Means numerators are all wrong. Okay, so now let me do 95 out of 107 times 12 out of 106 times 11 out of 105, which is 418 out of 39697, and then times it by 3, which is 1254 over 39,697. That is the probability. Question number 6, we have the function f of x, g of x, and h of x. Number A, find the value of number 1, f of 2, which is 5 times 2 minus 3. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 take away 3, that is equals to 7. Number 2, g f of 0.5. G f of 0.5 is 5 into 1 by 2 minus 3. 0.5 is 1 by 2, right? 1 by 2, yes. 5 times 0.5 and then subtract 3. This is minus 1 by 2. So g of minus 1 by 2 we have to find, which is 64 power minus 1 by 2. 64, its power is negative 1 by 2, 1 by 8. Now for part B, find h inverse of x. For h inverse of x, you have to put y equals to h of x. Switch the variables. X is equals to 2 over y plus 1. Do the cross multiplication. We have y plus 1 equals to 2 over x, and from here y equals to 2 over x minus 1, which is h inverse of x. Now for part C, find x when g of x equals to 1 over 2 power 5. G of x is 64 power x, and this is 2 power minus 5 if we shift into the numerator. So 64 is 2 power what? 2 power 4 is 64? No, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, 2 power 6. 2 power 6x equals to 2 power minus 5. When bases are same, we can compare the powers. So when we are comparing the powers, it means 6x would be equals to minus 5 and x is equals to minus 5 over 6. Minus 5 by 6. Part D, write as a single fraction in its simplest form 1 over f of x minus h of x. 1 over f of x. This is 1 over f of x is 5x minus 3 minus h of x is 2 over x plus 1. Take an LCM, do the cross multiplication and find the answer as a single fraction. So x plus 1 is multiplying with 1, minus 2 is multiplying with 5x minus 3, and the denominator is the same. I want to keep it as a factor. You can also do the simplified form of the denominator and make the quadratic expression, or you can keep it as it is. So this is x plus 1 minus 10x plus 6 over since the question has 4 marks, so it is better to simplify the denominator as well. It depends on the marks. If you have 2 marks, then keep the denominator as it is, but there are 4 mark questions, so they will deduct it. You have to do more algebraic simplification. So this would be 5x square minus 3x plus 5x minus 3. And here we have x plus minus 10x minus 9x plus 7 over 5x square and plus 2x and minus 3. That is the expression. Minus 9x plus 7 over 5x square plus 2x and minus 3. Question number 7, part A. Complete the table of values for y equals to 3 cos 2x degrees. Values are given correct to 1 decimal place. So for 45, 60 and 80. Okay. 3 cos 2 into 45, which is 0. 3 cos 2 into 60 minus 2 by 3 minus 1.5 up to 1 decimal place, and 80 minus 2.8 up to 1 decimal place. Now for part B, draw the graph for the function from 0 to 90. All right. For 0, it is 3. For 10, it is 2.8. 2 and 2.2, 4, 6, 8. For 20, we have 2.3, 2.2 and 2.3. 30 is 1.5, 1.2, 4 and 1.5 in the middle. 40 it is 0 0.5, 0 0.2, 4 and in the middle. 45 is 0. 50 is negative 0 0.5, so where it is, 50 is, this is equals to 0 0.2, 4 and 0 0.5 is over here. For 60, it is negative 1.5. So negative 1, negative 1.2, negative 1.4, negative 1.5. 70 minus 2.3, minus 2, 2 minus 2.2, minus 2.3. 80 minus 2.8 is, this is minus 2.8, and 90 it is minus 3. All right. Let me connect all the points to get the curve. This is a sinusoidal function. Make sure your curve passes to each and every point. That is the curve. Now for part C, use your graph to solve the equation 3 cos 2x equals to negative 2 for x is between 0 to 90 degree, negative 2. When this would be equals to minus 2, when y equals to negative 2. So what is the solution? Y equals to negative 2. This is the point. So what is the solution for y equals to negative 2? If I can say that is the solution. And this is 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 66. X is 66. Part D, by drawing a suitable straight line, solve the equation for 0 to 90. We have to draw the suitable straight line. Okay, so we have given y equals to 3 cos 2x degrees. All right. So let me simplify this equation. If I can make this in 3 cos 2x form, how can we make 120? 3 times of what? 3 times 40? Yes. 3 times 40 is 120 cos 2x. This is equals to 80 minus x. So 3 cos 2x. This is y. So 40y. This is equals to 80 minus x. So y would be equals to 80 over 40 minus x over 40. So 80 by 40 is 2. This is 2. So 2 minus x over 40. This is y. All right. So we have a straight line which is y equals to minus 1 over 40x plus 2. The straight line. So 2 is the y equals to mx plus c form. This is y equals to mx plus c. C is the y-intercept, which is 2. So 2 is the y-intercept for the straight line. And the slope is minus 1 over 20. So rise over run. Rise is 1 unit down. 1 unit down and 40 units to the right. So 10, 20, 30 and 40 over here. Let me explain one more time. 2 is the y-intercept and the slope is rise over run. Slope, or we can say m, is rise over run. So this is minus 1 and this is 40. So rise is minus 1 unit. So rise is up or down. So it is negative. So we have to move down 1 unit. From the y-intercept, we have to move down 1 unit, and 40 is the run towards the right. So this 10, 20, 30, 40. So let me connect the 2 points to get the straight line. All right. So this is the straight line. So now we have to find out the solution. What is the solution of that straight line? So that straight line is over here. 31, 32, 33, 34. So x is 34. Question number 8. The diagram shows a shape made from the major sector AOB. AOB, this is the major sector, and the triangles OBC, OBC is the triangle, and AOD, AOD is the triangle. OB is 6, OB is 6, OA is also 6. BC is 2, BC is 2. Obtuse angle AOC, AOC. This obtuse angle is 135 degrees, and the angle BCO is 90 degree. Number 1, show that the angle BOC, this angle is 19.5, correct to 1 decimal place. This should be 19.5 degrees, correct to 1 decimal place. All right, so consider the triangle OCB. This is the right angle triangle. We can easily find out the angle. Let me draw this triangle over here. This is O, this is C, and this is B. O to C is unknown. We have to find this angle. OB is 6 and this is 2. Okay, to find that angle theta, which trigonometric ratio we have to apply? Opposite over hypotenuse. We have to use a ratio for sine. So we can say sine theta, opposite is 2 and the hypotenuse is 6, which is equals to 1 by 3. So theta is sine inverse of 1 by 3 in terms of degrees we have to calculate. Sine inverse of 1 by 3, which is equals to 19.47, and up to 1 decimal place 19.5 degrees, rounding. Second part, calculate the area of the major sector AOB. AOB, the major sector. Area of a sector of a circle. We have given that sector area has a formula which is theta over 360 times pi r square. What is theta? Theta is this angle. This angle is theta. So whole angle is 360. What is that angle? From 360 degree, we have to subtract the sum of 135 and 19.5. 19.5 plus 135 and 360, take away answer. This should be 205.5 degrees. So that angle theta is 205.5 degrees out of 360 degree. Multiply by pi, and the radius is 6 square. Divides 360, multiply 6, multiply 6, multiply by pi. 64.6 centimeter square. Now for part 3, C is the midpoint of OD. We have O to D. So C is the midpoint of OD. It means OC and CD, they have the same length when they are the midpoint. And the question is, we have to calculate AD. We have to solve for AD. Alright, so first we have to find what is OC. By using the Pythagoras theorem, we can find OC. Let me do over here. So OC is 6 square equals to 2 square plus OC square. So 6 minus 2, this would be equals to OC square. 36 minus 4 square root, this would be equals to OC. Alright, so 36 minus 4 is 32. Square root of 32 is equals to 5.7. If I round it, we can say 5.7. This is 5.7. This is also 5.7 because it is a midpoint. So what is OD? Times it by 2. So OD is 11.3. This length is 11.3. O to D is whole 11.3. O to A is 6. Solve for OD. Let me draw this triangle separately on the other page. Okay. We have O to D. Okay, so this is O, this is A, this length is 6. O to D, this length is 11.3, and that angle is 135 we have given. We have to solve for AD. So AD, we have two angles, two sides and the angle between, then apply law of cosine over here to get AD. So AD square equals to 6 square plus 11.3 square minus 2 into 6 into 11.3 and cos of 135 degrees. So what is AD? Let me do cos 135 degrees times 11.3, sorry, cos 135 times 11.3 times 6 times minus 2, add 11.3 square, add 6 square, and 259.57. Square root of 259.57. Square root of answer, that is 16.1 centimeter is this length. D. Part 4, calculate the total area of the shape. The total area of the shape we have to calculate. So the total shape is basically a sector of a circle and the two triangles. So we have to find area of two triangles, area of the triangle OCB, OAD, and the sector area, and then add them up. You will get the total area. Alright, so first we have to find the sector area is already done in the second part. Sector area is equals to 64.6 centimeter square. Area of triangle OCB, this is a right angle triangle, so we can find out the area by doing half base times height. Base is 2, height is 5.7. Half 5.7 into 2. So 2 times 5.7 divided by 2, this is 5.7 centimeter square. Now area of triangle OAD, this is half. The two sides are OA and OD is 16.1, and sine of the angle between them is 135 degrees. Okay, sine 135 times 16.1 times 6 divided by 2, 34.2 if I round it, centimeter square. Now to find the total area is a sum of all three, which is 64.6, 5.7 and 34.2. Okay, sorry students, I did the mistake over here in the area of triangle OAD. So let me show you the triangle. We have OA and D. So half 6 OA, 11.3 OD, and sine of 135. OD is 11.3. I used AD, which is 16.1. So this is 11.3 over here. That area is wrong. So we have sine 135 times 11.3 times 6 divided by 2, which is 24. Yes, if I round it, this is 23.97. So add 5.7 and add 64.6. This is 94.27 or 94.3. And this is 23.97. When you have to add all these three areas to get the total area of the shape. Now for part B, a sector of a circle has a radius 8 centimeter and area is 16 centimeter square. A mathematically similar sector has a radius 20 centimeter. Calculate the area of the large sector. Since they are mathematically similar, so we can say area of a large sector over area of a small sector equals to radius of a large sector, radius of a small sector, its whole square. So area of a large we have to solve area of small multiplied radius of large over radius of small whole square. Let me simplify. Area of a small sector is 160. Calculate the area of a larger sector. Oh, all right. Now area of a larger sector is 20 and the smaller is 8 and its whole square. Let me simplify. 20 out of 8 and square times 160, that is 1000 centimeter square. Question number 9. A is the point 02, B is the point 33, C is the point 40. Part A, determine if triangle ABC is scalene, isosceles or equilateral. You must show all your working. So in order to determine the triangle is isosceles, scalene or equilateral triangle, we have to find the length of all three sides, the length of the triangle AB, the length of side AB, BC and CA. If all the three sides are same, it is equilateral triangle. If two sides are same, it is isosceles. If none of the side is equal, this is scalene triangle. So let me calculate what is AB. AB is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square. So x1, x2, y1 and y2, a and b I'm using. x2 minus x1, 3 minus 0 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square. So this should be 3 square plus 1 square. This is 9 plus 1. So that is square root of 10. All right. Now what is BC? Again square root. B and C. Now these are x1, y1. These are x2, y2. x2 minus x1. 4 minus 3 whole square plus 0 minus 3 whole square. So 4 minus 3 is 1 square plus 3 square. Again 1 plus 9 which is 10. Square root of 10. So two sides are equal. Let me check the third side, CA. x1, y1, x2, y2. x2 minus x1, 0 minus 4 plus 2 minus 0. So that is 4 square and 2 square. 4 is 16 and 2 would be 4. 16 plus 4 is square root of 20. So as you can see, two sides are same. This implies AB equals to BC. This implies triangle ABC is isosceles triangle. Two sides are same. Two sides are equal. Length of two sides are equal. Now for part B, number 1, find the equation of line AC. Give your answer in the form of y equals to mx plus c. So the equation of line AC, we have A which is 0, 2 and C which is 4, 0. So let me find out m, that is the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1, 0 minus 2, x2 minus x1, 4 minus 0. This is negative 2 and 4, which is minus 1 by 2. That is the slope. And y equals to minus 1 by 2x plus c. To solve for c, you can plug the first point or the second point and solve for c. So let me take x equals to 0 and y equals to 2. So 2 should be equals to minus 1 by 2 into 0 plus c. So from here c equals to 2. So when c is 2 and m is minus 1 by 2, so that is y equals to minus 1 by 2x plus 2. That is the equation of line AC. Now for part 3, the part 2 of B, find the equation of the perpendicular bisector AC, give your answer in the form of y equals to mx plus c. As we know that the slope of AC is minus 1 by 2. So the slope of perpendicular bisector of AC, that should be negative and reciprocal. Negative times negative becomes positive, and the reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2 by 1. So it's just 2. And the next thing is we need to find the midpoint of AC to get the value of the y-intercept. For perpendicular bisector, we need the slope and the midpoint. Midpoint of AC, sorry, not AB. Adding the x components, dividing by 2, 0 plus 4 divided by 2, and adding the y component, 0 plus 2 divided by 2. So that should be 4 by 2 and 2 by 2. So this is 2 and 1 is the midpoint of AC. Now the equation of line, we have y equals to mx plus c. Y equals to m is 2x plus c. To get the value of c, we have to plug the point to 1. Y is 2 and x is 1. 2 into 1 plus c. So 2 minus 2, this would be equals to c. 0 is the c value. Sorry, I messed up over here. X is 2 and y is 1. Y is 1 and x is 2. So y is 1 and x is 2, which is 4. Y is 1 and x is 2. So 1 minus 4, this is negative of 3. So the equation of line that is perpendicular to AC is y equals to mx plus c. Now for the third part of B, ABCD is a kite. Point D has coordinates 4W and 4W plus 1. Find the coordinates of D. So ABCD is the kite we have given. So let me draw the shape of the kite. A we have is 0, 2. B is equals to 3, 3. C is 4, 0. And D we have given is W, 4W plus 1. All right. Let me draw the shape of kite. This is my y-axis and my x-axis. All right. So the first point A is x is 0 and y is 2. Let's say this is the point A. The point B is x is 3 and y is 3. X is 3 and y is 3. Let's say here is B. C, x is 4 and y is 0. X is 4 and y is 0. We have C. So A, B, and with C. There is some D over here. Connecting A with C, we have already done the equation of line of AC and the line that is perpendicular to AC. D is over here. Here is D, which is W and 4W plus 1. Okay, so in the first two parts, we did the equation of line of AC and the line that is perpendicular to AC. So we know that the equation of perpendicular bisector of AC, its slope we have done, which is 2. So equation of perpendicular bisector of AC, which is BD. It means the slope of BD is equals to 2. Slope of BD. This is equals to 2, and the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is equals to 2. So B and D, let me write down the coordinates of B, which is 3, 3, and D, which is W and 4W plus 1. Y2 minus y1, which is W minus 3 over, sorry, y2 minus y1, 4W plus 1 and then minus 3. 4W plus 1 and minus 3. Y2, 4W plus 1 and y1, this is minus 3. And x2 minus x1, this is equals to 2. So cross multiplication 4w minus 2, this would be equals to 2w minus 6. So 4w minus 2w, this is equals to minus 6 plus 2. This is 2w, this is equals to negative of 4. And what is w? So w from here is minus 4 by 2, which is equals to minus 2. Alright, so we have w which is equals to 2. What is 4w plus 1? Which is 4 into minus 2 plus 1, which is minus 8 plus 1, which is equals to negative 7. So we can say the coordinates of D are w and 4w plus 1. W is minus 2 and 4w plus 1 is minus 7. So minus 2 and minus 7. Question number 10, part A, expand and simplify. So 4 times 2 is 8x minus 4. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 6x. And we have 8x plus 6x minus 4 minus 18. So 8 plus 6 is 14x. And 18 and 4 minus 18 is minus 22. 14x minus 22 is the answer. Part B, factorize completely. Number 1. So here we can say 3 and 9, 6 and 9, 3 is common. X and y is common. So 3 times 2 is 6, x is left, and 3 times 3 is 9. So 3xy into 2x plus 3. Now for the second part, we can say 4x square minus y square, 8x plus 4y. Alright. Let me factorize 4. This is 2x whole square minus y whole square. And 8x plus 4y. So difference of square, the formula we are using a square minus b square. This is a plus b into a minus b. This formula I'm gonna use. This is 2x plus y and 2x minus y plus 4 is common. 4 times 2 is 8. 2x plus y is left. Alright, from the whole expression 2x plus y is again common. What is left? 2x minus y is left and plus 4 is left. This and this is common, 2x minus y and 4. So 2x plus y and 2x minus y plus 4. This is a simplified expression. Now for part C, Antonio travels 100 km. This is a distance we have given at an average speed of x km per hour. This is a speed. Then he travels a further of 150 km, again the distance at an average speed of x plus 10 km per hour. The time taken for the whole journey is 4 hours 20 minutes. Number 1, show that this quadratic equation. So make an equation. The time taken for the whole journey is 4 hours and 20 minutes. So converting 20 minutes into hours. 1 by 3. 4 plus 4 and 1 by 3. Okay, so we have the formula speed equals to distance over time, and time is equals to distance over speed. Let me use that formula for time, which is distance over speed. So distance is 100 km and the speed is x km per hour. Plus the distance is 150 km and the speed is x plus 10 km per hour. And the total time taken is 413 hour. Alright, now let me simplify, cross multiplication and make this quadratic expression. So 100 into x plus 10 plus 150 into x divides x into x plus 10, and this should be equals to 3 times 4 plus 1 is 13 out of 3. Or if this is hard for you, you can say 4 hours and 20 minutes are basically 13 over 3. Exactly the same. So 100x, 100 times 10 is 1000. plus 150x. This is equals to 13 over 3. X times x would be x square plus 10x. This I did the cross multiplication over here. So 100 and 150 is 250x and plus 1000. This is equals to 13 over 3x square and 130 over 3, because times by 3. 13 over 3 times by 10, this is 130 over 3, yes. Now we have shifting all the terms to the left, let's say 13 over 3 x square and plus 130 over 3, and subtract 250x, subtract 1000 equals to 0. Now multiplying throughout the equation by 3. This equation is multiplying on both sides by 3. So this is just 13x square plus 130 minus 250 times 3 is 750x, and this is x square and 10x also multiplying with x, and 3000. Now solving for x, 750, 130 minus 750 is 620 with negative. So 13x square minus 620x minus 3000, this is equals to 0. This equation is exactly the same. Now for the second part, solve this equation to find the speed and Tanyo travels for the first 100 kilometer of the journey. The speed of first 100 kilometer is x, as we have given the average speed for first 100 kilometer is x. You must show all your working and give your answer correct to one decimal place, and it should be positive because speed never be negative. So let me apply the quadratic formula and simplify the speed. So x should be equals to negative of b plus minus square root b square minus 4 times a times the c, the square root, and divided by 2 times of a, which is 13. So what is x, which is 620 plus minus square root. Let me simplify. Negative times negative is positive. 4 times 13 times 3000, and add 620 square. This is 540 and 400. Divides 2 times of 13, 26. All right, so square root 540 and 400, this is equals to this much. All right, so let me find the two values. 620 plus square root 540400 and divides 26, 52.1 is the speed, which is kilometer per hour, and 620 minus square root of 540400 divided by 26, this is negative 4.4, and speed never be negative, so we are not using the negative answer, so we have to deal with the positive one. Question number 11, the diagram shows a sketch of y equals to this quadratic expression. Part A, find the coordinates of the point A, B and C. A and C are the x-intercept and B is the y-intercept. Okay, so let me solve for the coordinates of B first. So coordinates of B, as you can see, B is the y-intercept. Coordinates of B is the y-intercept. So for y-intercept, we have to put the variable x equals to 0 and solve for y. All right, so what is y? Y equals to 18 plus 5 into 0 minus 2 into 0 square. So y equals to 18, all right, and x equals to 0. So the coordinates of B are 0 and 18. Let me write this down. B is 0 and 18. All right. Now let me solve the coordinates of A and C. A and C are the x-intercepts. Coordinates of A and C are the x-intercepts. And for x-intercepts, we have to put the variable y equals to 0. So let me put the variable y equals to 0 in the equation. So 18 plus 5x minus 2x square, this should be equals to 0. Let me solve for the variable x. So minus 2x square plus 5x plus 18 equals to 0. Rearrange the quadratic equation and apply the quadratic formula. Minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4 times the a value and the c value, and divided by 2 times of the a value, which is minus 2, and the square root as well. Let me simplify. 4 times 2 times 18 is 144 plus 25 is 169, and square root of this is 13. So x should be equals to minus 5 plus minus 13 divides negative of 4. We have two solutions now. Minus 5 plus 13 divides negative 4. X is equals to minus 2, and minus 5 minus 13 divides minus 4, which is 9 by 2 or 4.5. So what is A and what is C? So for A, you can see A is on the left side, means it is negative, and C should be positive. So x coordinate of A is negative and C is positive. So we can say A is minus 20 and C is 4.50. Minus 20 and 4.50. All right. Now for part B, differentiate this. Okay. So y prime, this is 0 plus 5 into 1 minus 2 into 2x. So this is 0 plus 5 minus 4x. So this is 5 minus 4x is the derivative. Part C, find the coordinates of the point on y where the gradient equals to 17. Where the gradient is 17, gradient is the derivative, so derivative is 5 minus 4x, this is equals to 17, minus 4x is 17, take away 5, and x should be equals to 17, take away 5 is 12. Yes, 12 out of minus 4, divide minus 4, x is equals to negative of 3. That is the x coordinate, and the y coordinate you have to plug. Y equals to 18 plus 5 into minus 3 minus 2 into minus 3 whole square. So 18 minus 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 times minus 2 is minus of 18. So negative of 15. We can cancel positive and negative 18. So y is equals to minus of 15. So we can say the coordinates of the point on the curve when the gradient is 17. The point's coordinates are minus 3 and minus 15. So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.